Hey everybody, Grant Miller here, Miami Community News. I'm in South Miami at our headquarters, and we're with Monica.
Hi, Monica Matteo-Salinas here. Hello, hello. Thanks for having me, Grant. It's a pleasure.
It's really, you've done a lot of stuff, great stuff on Miami Beach. It's exciting. You're running for what seat is it?
Miami Beach Commission Group 1.
Wow. How long have you lived on Miami Beach?
16 years. Thank you very much. 16 years in South Beach.
You moved from where?
I actually moved from New York City. I lived in New York City for a couple years. I also lived in Mexico for 2 years, which is why I'm fluent in Spanish. And I grew up in Michigan.
Was your Spanish in Michigan?
No, I did not grow up speaking Spanish. Spanish is not my native language, but I was determined to learn it.
Where in Mexico?
So I lived for 1 year in Campeche, and I lived for 1 year in Playa del Carmen.
What were you doing there?
Learning Spanish.
How old were you?
Oh, gosh. I was right out of college, so I was like 21.
It was great.
22, maybe.
Great.
Oh, it's fantastic. It was wonderful. I lived with a family, so I had complete immersion. I picked up Spanish in about 4, 5, 6 months, something like that.
Real Spanish.
Real Spanish, yeah.
Not Miami Spanish.
No, it was real Spanish. I mean, I lived with a family who did not speak English, so we would sit at the table for dinner, and I would have a dictionary, and I would be like, disculpa, and we would just work through it, and that's how I learned.
Wow. Okay, Let's talk about Miami Beach. Miami Beach. I have to tell a quick story about Miami Beach. Joe Neville, a family was on Miami Beach for years. In 1980s, I call on him because he owned the dealer, Persian Auto, and he says, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Miami." He says, "I mean, you're from the other side." I said, "What do you mean?"
Across the bridge.
Across the bridge. He says, "I don't leave."
Same.
And a lot of Miami Beach people, they live.
That's right.
Live, work, play, worship, and learn all on Miami Beach.
That's right. Miami Beach is magical. Absolutely magical. I love it there.
When you go over the bridge, I don't know which one. Mount Sinai Bridge. Which one?
That's the Tuttle. That's the Tuttle.
It's just beautiful.
It is. It is beautiful. I mean, we live in a very beautiful area. Miami Beach, Miami as a whole, absolutely stunning here. But I am definitely a beach snob. I love Miami Beach. I'll go to dinner. I'll do my grocery shopping, everything on Miami Beach. I love it on the beach. I do.
Where do you shop? Publix?
It depends on what I need to buy. Publix, Fresh Market, Whole Foods, they're all good. I know there's some people in North Beach that there's rumblings that there's going to be an Aldi up there soon in North Beach. That would be fantastic. We have a lot of low-income people that need to shop there, middle-income, working-class folks that need to shop at some place that's a little bit more, affordable. So Aldi would be a good addition up there to North Beach. But Miami Beach is great.
Okay. So you have 2 boys?
I do. I have 2 boys. I have 2 teenagers, yeah. They go to Miami Beach Senior High School. Go High Tides.
The home of Steve Ross.
Yep, that's right.
Who else? A lot of famous people went there.
That is a great question. There are a lot of famous people who went there.
Steve Ross went 1 year.
Yes. Also, the actor, I think Al Pacino went there, funny enough. I'm not sure on that, though, so don't quote me, but I think there have been some famous actors.
Okay, let's get to point. Where did they go to middle school?
Nautilus Middle School.
Where did they go to elementary school?
South Point Elementary.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're a real beachlet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's their hometown. It's my hometown. And I hope someday I'll raise my grandkids in Miami Beach. So
exciting. Yeah. Okay. Tell me your vision for Miami Beach.
So I've got a lot of vision. Okay, Grant, I've got a lot of things and we could be here all day. I'll just start with some of the top ones. Obviously clean and safe and dry streets. We have
rainy day. Dry?
I did say dry.
Okay.
Yeah, dry streets. Rainy day flooding. We have those. We have puddles. I was actually knocking on doors in North Beach and some guy answered the door.
So what's North Beach to you?
Well, North Beach is 63rd Street all the way up to 85th.
Okay.
And so I was knocking on doors in North Beach. In fact, I'm trying to think of exactly the neighborhood that it was. Oh, it was Biscayne Point. And the guy goes, flooding is my problem. At the end of my street, there's a storm drain and there's some construction material stuck in the drain. So I walk down there, I take a picture of it. I sent it to our public works team.
And they took care of it like that?
And they took care of it within, I'd say, 24 hours. That's
impressive.
It's very impressive. Yeah. Our city does a lot of things right. There's certainly room for improvement, but one of the things they do really well is they can be very responsive to resident concerns and complaints. We've got, we have an app where you can go onto the app and report stuff that, there's a hedge overgrown and it's blocking the view of the street or the crosswalk. So there's a lot of things that the city does right. And I think responsiveness is one of them. And I definitely, as a commissioner, would make sure I respond to everyone's email, phone calls, responsive governance is important.
We'll get back to the vision.
Sure.
Long-term vision.
Sure.
And the first 100 days.
First 100 days. Well, actually, funny that you ask, Grant, because I have a legislative list of about 80 different items that I want to put on the first couple agenda meetings. I'm not going to do all at once because I think that'd be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
I believe in quality over quantity. So maybe the first agenda, I'll have a good, 10 to 15 items. And then from there, and it's just feedback that I've gotten from residents, people saying, hey, I want speed tables on my street because people go flying down here and it's unsafe. And I know, that I can put that on as a referral to the neighborhoods committee. They can discuss it in committee. We can talk about it with our transportation director, see where that goes. If it passes in committee, it goes to the commission and we can get some speed tables for these people that feel like their neighborhood's unsafe.
As big as Miami Beach is, it's really a small little community.
It is.
And
that's what makes it magical. That's right.
People, give or take, you have 50,000 residents. How many do you have?
More than that. It's about, I believe, around 80,000.
And then you have probably another 80,000 that come in.
Oh, more than that. Yeah. There's at any given time, it could be 100,000 people. Depends on the event. Art Basel, our numbers swell big time. We're going to get, all the World Cup games and everything. It's going to be, so it's a lot of people. It can be a lot of tourists. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Mm-hmm. First 100 days.
First 100 days.
Other than putting those 80 things, what else will you do?
That's a great question, Grant. I think that I want to start hosting monthly. I'm going to have Mondays with Monica. So once a month on a Monday, I'm going to have at the golf course, likely a Mondays with Monica forum where people can come in and like a town hall. You can just tell me, what's on your mind, what's working, what complaints do you have, and we'll try to make good policy to help you out.
In small towns, and even though most people think Miami Beach is one of the big four, it's still a small little community.
It is, yes.
It's segregated between North Beach, Middle Beach. It's called Middle Beach?
Mid Beach, yeah.
Mid Beach,
yeah.
South Beach.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's behind Fifth, what's that they say? Below Fifth?
South of Fifth. Yeah, that's considered south. Yeah, south of Fifth. Yeah.
Okay, so it is a small little community.
It is.
And
it's wonderful.
As big as it is, everybody knows each other.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of people do know each other, which is great.
Okay, give me the top 3 concerns residents have that you met knocking on doors.
That's right. I get it. So it's probably a combo of a couple different things that all are intertwined. So for example, someone will say, well, traffic is my biggest concern. And then they'll usually follow that up with, let's slow down on the development because it causes too much traffic. The more development projects we have, whether it's office buildings or residential or hotels, then you have traffic, taking people to and from the airport, or you'll have people, if they work there, they've got to cross over one of the causeways if they don't live there. So traffic, overdevelopment. I do get crime and safety a lot, and the homeless issue. I do get that. People do want to feel safe. They want to feel safe riding our trolleys, riding our buses. They want to feel safe at night walking around on the beach walk.
The buses and the trolleys, do you charge money?
Yes, the buses do. The trolleys do not. The trolleys are free.
Miami Beach and maybe Doral are the only 2 cities, if you live there and work there, you don't need a car. And Miami Beach is one of them.
Absolutely. The transportation is
pretty impressive.
It is. It really is. In fact, I'd be in favor of expanding our trolley system because right now the biggest complaint about our trolleys is that the wait time is too long. So more people would take it if you only had to wait 3 or 4 minutes versus waiting, 10, 12, 15 minutes for the next trolley.
Right.
If it came quicker, then we could, add more to the fleet and people would get out of their cars and take it. And I have a way to do that without increasing the budget too, Grant. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. So there's 2 different suggestions that I've heard from people. And again, this is something that will be fleshed out in committee once I put it on the agenda and we discuss it at one of the committees. So number 1, advertising. So if we wrap our trolleys in advertising, and it can be not like, Budweiser beer, but how about we get something like Art Basel? They want to wrap their trolleys for, visibility. And that's right. And so that can offset the cost that we have if we add more trolleys in the fleet. I've also heard from people that say, hey, listen, maybe we should start charging for the trolleys, even if it's 25 cents, 50 cents.
Yeah, but who's carrying the 25 cents?
Right. Well, that leads me to my next point.
And the trolleys that's county money? The half-penny sales tax or whatever?
Actually, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to look into that. I think that is some of it, the half-penny tax. But I also think it's the city of Miami Beach budget because they operate the trolleys. It's not county. Gotcha. The trolleys are not county at all. But we might get county money for that because a lot of times there's interlocal agreements. But back to the trolleys. So, yeah, if here's the other idea that I have. So we used to have a resident in card. It was this card, and this was like 10 years ago. And you would go into a restaurant and you would show your resident card, which you would apply for on the City of Miami Beach website.
Right.
And you would, show your driver's license. I have a Miami Beach address. You would get this card. So when you would go out to eat, you could show the business owner, and provided they were a participating business, they would give you 10% off your bill. And I want to bring that back, and I want to have it as an app. So that way, you can show the trolley driver, hey, I have this, this is my in card on this app, and then they let you ride for free.
Right.
Additionally, you can get discounts at restaurants or bars, and you can also get discounts at events. So like the bandshell, discounted tickets for the bandshell events. So.
Okay. Public safety. That's a big issue.
Huge.
Huge. I met with the mayor before his first election, and gave him my concerns. I was at the South Beach Seafood Festival.
Great festival.
Yes, Valroy, and I was telling him that I was on Collins, and it was really dark.
Yeah,
he was not elected yet. He got floodlights, and I think public safety is the number one concern.
Absolutely.
And people don't realize what happens in Miami Beach affects all of Dade County.
Absolutely.
Because it's a robbery. If there's a robbery in, let's just say, Kendall, no big deal. A robbery on Miami Beach, it's national news.
Yeah.
So it affects us.
That's right. Well, and additionally, if there's a robbery on Miami Beach, where do they flee to? They don't flee to Miami Beach. They go off the beach. And so then, you've got a search, and you've got a chase, and you've got stuff going on, right off the beach too. So that it spreads into Miami-Dade County as well that way.
So let's hear your concerns or positives about public safety. And is crime up or down, if you know?
Okay. Well, good question, Grant. Good question. So my dad is a retired prosecuting attorney. So I've always grown up with...
Not here in Michigan.
No, in Michigan. That's right. He worked for the county that I grew up in. He was a county prosecutor. And so I've always grown up around police, around, prosecutors. I've always been, pro law and order, really, truly, because it's so important for everyone to feel safe. We have so many vulnerable populations, whether it's children, elderly, women. I mean, we're a vulnerable population just, because we are. So absolutely 100% I support our Miami Beach Police Department. In fact, I took the Miami Beach Police used to have two programs, which I want to bring back, by the way. This will be part of my priorities. They used to have the Miami Beach Citizens Police Academy. They offered that. I took that in 2018. I graduated. It's a 12-week course. You go in every single week to the police department and you learn about each of the divisions. They had homicide unit came out. They had the canines. They had the internet crime division. They come out and they teach you about exactly how their division works. It was fascinating. So I'm a graduate of that class. They also have a very interesting class, Grant, that I think you might want to take. What you do is you go to the police department, and they give you alcohol, and they get you drunk at the police department. And then they run the tests to make sure they can check to see like how your alcohol metabolizes, the drunk driving test, touch your nose, do all this, walk in a straight line. And it's to train the police how to identify someone who's driving drunk. And they get you drunk at the police department, Grant. So you're going to be the first person I sign up for that class when I bring it back.
And I don't drink, so I'll get drunk easy.
You don't drink? Come on, Grant.
No, I don't drink or smoke.
I don't drink either,
my only addiction is chocolate.
Okay.
You know what else?
Yep. What?
Cookies.
Okay,
and
I was
brownies,
gonna say women, but okay.
M&Ms, Reese's Cup, Three Musketeers.
Okay. I like that.
Big issue you brought up a little bit. Sea level flooding. What's the story in Miami Beach? Because you see it on the TV. Miami Beach is flooded. It's only one little area because you guys went back over the years, got a lot of good stuff. So let's talk about the flooding.
Okay. So we have raised streets, which some folks, don't want street raising. That was kind of the big thing back 10 years ago. We did do it on the Palm and Hibiscus Islands. It was a very long process. A lot of people did not like that process. It was tough. We've had other neighborhoods that have wanted it. We've had other neighborhoods
because when you rise it, the water goes down.
Correct.
Into somebody's...
Correct. Into the yards and into the garages. And, the water has to go somewhere. And so, it's very interesting. Sunset Harbor, that was a classic example. Is
that where the Publix is right there?
Yeah.
And you have a big drain machine there.
Yeah, a pump station. Yeah,
and they raised it up, but
and everything went into the businesses, all the water. So now, I will say that technology is changing at light year speed. Day by day, it changes, and so we have to make sure we're using whatever newest technology we have in terms of resiliency, infrastructure improvements, drainage improvements. That we have to be on the up and up.
It's a great question. Tourism versus quality of life.
That is a great question.
Because even though you might not live in the tourist area, West Avenue is not a tourist area, but it is. Everywhere is a tourist.
That's true.
You're on
That's
Miami
true.
Beach.
That's right.
If I was, I went to Chicago 2 weeks ago. I was driving all over the place like a tourist.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to go here, but I drove through and slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's right.
Tourist versus quality of life. Let's hear your opinion on it.
Great question again. Thank you. Great questions. So we absolutely need tourism. We just have to make sure that, number one, tourists abide by our laws, which they have been recently. We've really come through an area or a time that wasn't, we don't want to have college kids getting drunk and vomiting on our sidewalks and passing out in the bushes anymore. We have to get away from that.
Local people, but not tourists.
No, not local people either. I mean, nobody should really be throwing up on our sidewalks and passing out in our bushes. Let's have some decorum. Let's follow the laws. Come to Miami Beach and have fun. Follow the laws. But we do need tourism. So I think at some point within the next, 4-6 years, we should start bringing back our events. So we've had concerts on the sand. I think those went really well. I think that we need to bring back, different types of music, like Fleetwood Mac, or Journey. I would love to see those bands, or any other type of bands. I mean, we can have,
You mean on the beach event?
Yeah, on the beach, events on the beach. Maybe in 4 or 6 years we can get back to that place. I don't know if we're ready yet, but maybe someday we can get there again.
You have a bandstand in
North Beach? That's right. They have great concerts there.
Right, and that's all local.
It is, for the most part. I mean, they bring national acts in too. They do a great job. They sure do. And they do a great job. And it's a lot of locals attend. It's a great amenity for North Beach. Well, for all of Miami Beach, again, you can take a free trolley from South Beach to North Beach and get there in 20 minutes. It's great.
And you don't have to pay for parking.
And you don't have to pay for parking. You can also ride your bike up there on the beach walk. It's a lovely ride. So you can walk up there.
The beach
Just
walk.
Ride slowly. Don't hit anybody on the beach walk. It's not Tour de France.
How far does it run from where to where?
6 miles. It's like a 6 mile. It runs all through North Beach to South Beach. It's continuous.
That must be a great walk.
It's great. It's beautiful.
Where does it end on the south end?
Well, it actually loops around, and then we're now working on a pedestrian bridge to connect 5th Street so you can safely cross 5th Street in a pedestrian manner. I don't think you'll be able to ride your bikes because you have to get stairs up there. But yeah, it loops all the way around South Point Pier and Park up to 5th Street. So
okay. Development zoning, it's a big issue.
It is. Huge issue. Huge issue.
It used to, when you came down, you go to Joe's, take a right, and right to the left are all these high rises that are just mammoth.
Yep.
It used to be just West Avenue. Now it's everything.
Now it's everything. That's right. South of 5th has been developed a lot back in the 90s. And even sooner. So development is an issue on Miami Beach. And, we have zoning laws and we have to abide by them. We have zoning laws for a reason. A lot of people are concerned with the overdevelopment that's happening because it brings more people for infrastructure. It taxes our infrastructure. It taxes our services, our public safety. It taxes, our roadways.
Not tax. I mean, tax-wise, just wearing.
Exactly, wearing.
Right.
Wearing. It's a burden, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word, because we have more traffic because we have more people going in and out. So it can be a concern. Yeah.
Community engagement. That's to me is very important. Not everybody. You're not going to vote everybody's way. But everybody wants to have their opinion heard.
That's right. And that's fair. I think, as a politician, I really do want to believe that we can find a compromise. It's about relationship building, consensus building, and I will listen to anyone. Just because your voice is in the minority doesn't mean I'm going to ignore you, doesn't mean I'm going to belittle you. I'm still going to treat you with respect. I'm going to listen, and we're going to see if we can work out a compromise. Politics is really about compromise. It's about listening, learning, and compromise.
Leadership style, how do you feel your leadership is, and what will you do different when you get elected?
Great questions, Grant. So my leadership style is I treat people with respect and I treat people the way they would want to be treated. So again, like I just said, if you have an issue with Miami Beach, if you have a concern, if you have a complaint, come into my office, open door policy. I will listen to you. I will treat you with respect. I will understand where you're coming from and work with you for a compromise that works for everybody. Now, that won't be easy because everyone has a different opinion. There's some people that want development. There's some people who don't want development. There's some people who want the Bay Link. There's some people who don't want the Bay Link. But we do have to compromise.
Explain what the Bay Link is.
So the Bay Link is a proposal. Is a proposal, that's right, from the county. And it is a train that will connect Miami Beach to Miami, Greater Miami.
Or a...
No, I believe it's a train.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's a train. Not like a typical, it's like a bright line train, and some people want it. And I'm not exactly sure where the Miami-Dade County stop will be, maybe at the Omni or Government Center.
I think you're correct.
Government Center.
The problem is you have a lot of workers that walk over and bus that drops them off in the wrong spot.
That's right.
Whatever you call it.
Bay
Link will drop them off in a central location, be easier for people to pick up.
Yeah. I mean, it's, a proposal that is, I think, being fleshed out and developed still. It is in the hands of the county, from what I understand. Eventually, it might make it over to us, but I'm not sure. I understand that it's the jurisdiction of Miami-Dade County, the Bay Link. But we'll see what type of feedback they expect from the city of Miami Beach and the commissioners.
I see you raised a little bit of money, so congratulations.
I did. Thank you. I did.
You haven't spent that much? That's good.
No, I'm not. I'm a practical girl. I'm a practical woman, and I, don't need to spend a lot of money to figure things out. And I'm very resourceful, and so I don't need to spend a bunch. I'm going to get my message out there. And
so you have one more month, right?
No, 2 months. The election's November 4th.
Yeah, but how many early voting does Miami Beach carry? A lot?
It used to be a lot. It's not anymore because I believe in 2014, the voter rolls were purged and you have to request your ballot again.
Right. Oh, gotcha.
So I think that I don't know how many, vote by mail ballots we're going to have. So we'll see.
How many doors have you knocked on? How many are you planning to knock on?
A lot. I've knocked on a lot, definitely over 1,000. Thank you to those who have opened and been kind to me. The nicest people in Miami Beach offered me water, offered me umbrellas. I mean, just very, very nice and kind people. And by the way, I'm the only one knocking. I've taken my son with me. I've taken a friend with me. I have not outsourced my knocking. I don't spend my money that way. I'm doing it all myself.
That's impressive.
Thank you. I do believe that if I want to represent you, I want to meet you.
Well,
I want to listen to you.
People knocking on doors, you get a real feeling what they want.
That's right.
And not everybody wants to go to commission meeting. Not everybody wants to do, talk to the commissioner. But when you're in person, in their property, they feel better.
That's right. That's right. And also it leaves a good impression because people get to talk with me and understand my perspective, how intelligent I am, how competent I am, and how experienced I am. And that goes far. That goes far, Grant.
All right. There's 4 people in your race?
Yes.
Is it the top vote getter or is it the top 50?
Sorry. There's 7 people in my race.
7?
That's right. 7.
1, 2, 3, 4. I guess. Okay. I'm missing one.
It's okay.
Is it a top vote getter or you got to be 50 plus 1? Which
it's
one?
50% plus 1.
So there's going to be a runoff?
Likely yes. Likely yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the runoff election is December 9th. So.
All right. We're going to test you.
Okay.
Ready?
I wasn't prepared for a test. Okay, Grant?
Your favorite hamburger place on Miami Beach or cheeseburger?
I'm going to go with Burgermeister.
He has a place downtown.
Yes, he does.
He's a little intimidating. He's a big guy.
He is. He's a great guy. Hi,
right. He looks intimidating, but he's so nice. His wife is super nice.
Yes.
And guess what? She's in charge.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Smart man.
He's I ate one downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Good place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great place. Great guy. Great place.
Favorite hot dog place? Got one on Miami Beach?
Hot dog place.
No.
Next. Yeah, I don't.
Okay. Your favorite cowboy or cowboy movie?
Cowboy movie.
Or cowboy?
I'm going to go with Die Hard.
All right. Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yippee-ki-yay.
It's a tough one. Your favorite pizza place on Miami Beach? You have great pizzas there.
We do. We actually really do. Oh, gosh. It's a tie between Mr. 01 and also I like the pizza place on Espanola Way. It's called, I think it's La Leyenda.
But it's interesting, Mr. 01s or whatever. Mm-hmm. No matter where you go, they're all exactly the same.
Yeah,
pizza.
They're consistent.
Okay, your favorite taco place on Miami Beach?
Grant, you're so funny. My favorite taco place.
Really? Next.
Yeah. Listen, I lived in Mexico. So once you've had authentic Mexican tacos, you can't, there's no way.
Your favorite animal?
My favorite animal?
Do you have a pet?
I do. I have a dog, and she's definitely my favorite animal.
What's the dog's name?
Luna.
Luna?
Yeah, she's my Lunita.
What kind of dog?
She's a mix. We rescued her, and she's wonderful.
Okay. This is Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
Give me words, not sentences about Thanksgiving.
Family.
Give me another one.
Community.
Okay, what else?
Grateful.
There you go. Okay. Your son's birthdays, both of them, go.
December 14th, December 29th. And mine's December 24th.
I didn't ask, really? December 24th?
Yeah.
Any other family members you wanted to, with their birthdays?
No.
That's it?
No. My dad's in February, my mom's in May.
Okay.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Who's your superhero?
Probably my sons. My sons are my superheroes.
Why?
They're just great kids, man. They're just wonderful boys, and they work hard, and I'm very proud of them.
Favorite football team?
Oh, it's a tie. I'm definitely going to have to go with the Dolphins, but the Lions, Detroit Lions.
I love the Lions. I love their quarterback.
Yeah. And their coach.
He's the best.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't drink either. Is that beer?
You don't drink either?
No, I don't. Although I will say, I'm going to have a glass of champagne on November 4th.
Why?
Because I'm going to win.
Very good. Okay. Your favorite place to eat fish other than you cooking?
Oh, that's such a tough one. Maybe Prime 112.
Now, the Prime 112, they still have that thing across the street?
Yeah, they've got... No, well, Prime Fish closed, but that's not the one across the street.
Oh.
Prime Fish is now Motec.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Okay. So you're ready.
I'm ready. That's right. I'm ready. Grant, I have been in this community for 16 years, and I have always been volunteering in the community. I have been involved in my neighborhood organization. I've been on the board of Miami Beach United. I've been involved in the PTAs. It's a fantastic organization. I've been involved in the PTAs. I was PTA president of my kids' middle school, Nautilus Middle School, which is now an A school, by the way. It's an A school. I work for 2 different commissioners. I know the ins and outs of City Hall. I know what to do, what not to do. I know how to get stuff done. I know how to get stuff on an agenda. I mean, I know how to get things passed.
There's no learning curve with you.
That's right.
When you get elected, you're in.
I'm hitting the ground running. I have a list of about 80 agenda items, 80 legislative items that I'm going to get either passed or I'm going to send them to committee to get fleshed out. I'm ready to go.
Okay, everybody. Monica here. Group 1. Make sure you vote Miami Beach.
That's right. Monica Matteo-Salinas for Group 1, Miami Beach Commissioner.
Everybody. Grant Miller here. Everybody have a great day.
Thanks, Grant. Thank you, Grant.